They were nurses, spies, soldiers, and symbols of quiet strength. In an age when women were told to stay behind, these American women stepped forward, into the battlefield, into war zones, and into history. But behind their courage was something else: presence. Their faces, some gentle, some fierce, were marked by duty, defiance, and quiet resilience. Today, with the help of AI, we are bringing those faces back to life. This is not just a celebration of courage, it is a reimagining of the beauty of purpose, the elegance of resistance, and the women who made history without asking for permission. Born in 1760, Deborah Sampson disguised herself as a man to fight in the American Revolution under the name Robert Shirtliff. She served for over a year, enduring battle wounds and earning an honorable discharge, an astonishing feat for a woman of her time. Her beauty was subtle and utilitarian: an oval face, calm brown eyes, and tied-back hair that helped her blend seamlessly among male soldiers. There was no glamour, only quiet strength. Her features reflected her purpose: survival, discipline, and a courageous refusal to be left behind in history. Margaret Corbin, born in 1751, became the first woman in U.S. history to fight in combat and receive a military pension. When her husband was killed at a cannon during battle, she took his place and continued firing until severely wounded. Her face told the story of war: broad cheekbones, deep-set eyes, and sun-worn skin. A portrait not of gentleness, but resilience. She didn't charm, she endured. Margaret's beauty was shaped by fire, forged in courage, and remembered for defiance more than delicacy. Born in 1832, Mary Edwards Walker was a Civil War surgeon and remains the only woman to receive the Medal of Honor. She wore trousers, served near front lines, and was captured by Confederate forces. With her high forehead, narrow jaw, and intense gaze behind round spectacles, she carried a look of unflinching conviction. Her Victorian face was sharp, intellectual, and unapologetically serious. Mary didn't soften war, she sharpened its edge. Her legacy is etched in both battlefield history and the redefinition of feminine identity. Born around 1822, Harriet Tubman is most known for leading enslaved people to freedom via the Underground Railroad. But during the Civil War, she also served as a scout, nurse, and spy for the Union Army, becoming the first woman to lead a military raid. Her appearance reflected deep inner strength: medium brown skin, coiled dark hair, and empathetic eyes that radiated quiet intensity. Harriet's beauty wasn't romanticized. It was fierce and focused, forged in hardship and purpose. Her gaze, like her courage, cut through danger, commanding trust from those she rescued and fear from those she opposed. Kathy Williams, born in 1844, was the first African-American woman to enlist in the U.S. Army. By disguising herself as a man named William Cathay, she served in the post-Civil War Buffalo Soldiers for nearly 2 years before her identity was discovered. Her dark skin, short curly hair, and youthful face masked a relentless spirit determined to belong. Though denied formal recognition in her lifetime, Cathay's beauty lived in her defiance, measured not by softness, but by the power to adapt, survive, and quietly break every rule she was told to follow. Born in 1841 in Nova Scotia, Sarah Emma Edmonds fled an abusive home, crossed into the U.S., and enlisted in the Union Army disguised as a man. As Franklin Thompson, she worked as a nurse and possibly a spy. Her round face, light skin, and short auburn hair under a soldier's cap helped her maintain the illusion. But it was her calm courage that truly disguised her. Sarah's beauty was androgynous yet vivid, shaped by survival and secrecy. A face that passed as male, yet left a legacy uniquely, undeniably female. Annie Etheridge was born in 1839 and became one of the most respected nurses of the Union Army during the Civil War. Nicknamed Gentle Annie, she rode into battle under fire. Bringing medical aid directly to wounded soldiers, she was awarded the Kearny Cross for bravery. Annie's beauty was warm and unassuming. Soft features, wavy light brown hair, and bright, empathetic eyes. Her face evoked both tenderness and tenacity, an angelic presence amid cannon fire. She didn't need armor. Her calm gaze disarmed pain itself. Mary Walker appears again, and for good reason. Her impact is unmatched. A Civil War surgeon and the only woman ever awarded the Medal of Honor, she was born in 1832. She worked near battlefronts, was taken prisoner, and advocated fiercely for women's rights. Mary's sharp chin, thin lips, high forehead, and piercing blue eyes behind spectacles made her instantly recognizable. Her look wasn't meant to soothe, it demanded attention. She wore men's clothes not to impersonate, but to liberate, and her face mirrored that same rebellion. Born in 1842 in Cuba, Loretta Haneta Velázquez fought for the Confederacy disguised as a man named Harry Buford. She served in battle and later became a spy. Her memoirs stunned readers with tales of love, war, and deception. Loretta's fine features, expressive eyes, and long black wavy hair gave her a magnetic presence. She was as skilled in espionage as she was in performance. Her beauty was part of her weaponry, used to enter rooms, evade suspicion, and write herself into Civil War mythology. Emily Morgan, believed to be the real Yellow Rose of Texas, was a nurse of mixed African and Mexican descent who played a quiet but crucial role in the Texas Revolution. She reportedly delayed Mexican forces before the Battle of San Jacinto. Born around 1815, she embodied both loyalty and subtle defiance. Her medium brown skin, soft cheekbones, and deep expressive eyes were said to carry both kindness and cunning. Immortalized in song, Emily's true face is less legend and more legacy. Graceful, grounded, and brave. Born in 1821, Clara Barton became known as the Angel of the Battlefield during the Civil War, tending to wounded soldiers and bringing supplies to the front lines. She later founded the American Red Cross. Clara's beauty came from gentleness and precision. An oval face, steady gray eyes, and hair neatly tied in a bun. Her expression was calm, yet commanding. She looked like compassion in uniform. Where war fractured bodies, Clara's face promised healing. Frances Clayton disguised herself as a man to enlist and fight alongside her husband in the Union Army during the Civil War. Her story, once controversial, now stands as a symbol of hidden courage. Her appearance blended masculine and feminine lines, square jaw, sharp nose, and intense blue eyes under a soldier's cap. In uniform, she vanished. In history, she stands out. A face that defied gender to defend principle. An actress turned Union spy, Pauline Cushman used her charm and wit to gather intelligence behind Confederate lines. Born in 1833, she later toured the country telling her story. Her beauty was theatrical yet sincere. Expressive dark eyes, curled brown hair, and a stage-born confidence that served her well in disguise. Pauline's face was her passport into danger, and her legend. Though not a soldier, Harriet Beecher Stowe's pen was a weapon. Author of Uncle Tom's Cabin, she influenced public opinion and morale during the Civil War. Born in 1811, her sharp intellect was matched by her long face, firm mouth, and thoughtful gaze. Her beauty was literary, a blend of conviction and quiet fierceness, framed by modest dress and intellect that burned behind every word. Belle Boyd, known as the Cleopatra of the Secession, was a Confederate spy who seduced and deceived Union officers to feed information south. Her boldness became infamous. With piercing eyes, arched brows, and elegant Southern features, Belle's beauty was weaponized. She didn't hide behind war, she danced within it, dangerous and unforgettable. Mary Livermore organized aid for wounded Union soldiers and later became a prominent speaker and reformer. Born in 1820, she helped shape battlefield logistics and post-war recovery. Her features, soft cheeks, dark pinned hair, and a warm, alert expression, projected maternal strength. She looked like someone you'd follow, trust, and never forget. She didn't wear a rank, but she led just the same. Dorothea Dix was appointed superintendent of Army nurses during the Civil War, setting strict standards and overseeing thousands of women. Born in 1802, she was stern and principled. Her thin lips, high forehead, and tight gray bun defined a woman who gave orders, not excuses. She wasn't admired for softness, but for authority. Her beauty was in order, dignity, and discipline. Born into slavery in 1848, Susie King Taylor became the first Black Army nurse to serve openly during the Civil War. She also taught soldiers to read and write. Her face, youthful, confident, with natural curls tucked under a cloth, reflected both intelligence and survival. Susie's beauty was honest, fresh, and rooted in hope. She was both a student of war and a teacher of freedom. Under the name Lyons Wakeman, Sarah Rosetta Wakeman served in the Union Army disguised as a man. She died young, never revealing her true identity during life. Her androgynous face, smooth skin, and serious brown eyes allowed her to pass. But her letters revealed a soul in conflict. Her beauty was quiet, nearly invisible, but powerful in hindsight. A hidden soldier, now remembered. Elida Rumsey sang for Union soldiers and later served as a battlefield nurse. Her voice brought comfort, and her hands brought healing. With round cheeks, bright brown eyes, and a modest Victorian updo, she exuded cheerfulness even in grim conditions. Elida's beauty lifted spirits. In every note she sang, and every wound she bandaged, her face spoke peace amid chaos. Best known as the author of Little Women, Louisa May Alcott also served as a Civil War nurse in a Union hospital. Born in 1832, she treated wounded soldiers and wrote moving accounts of their suffering. Her beauty was literary and quiet. An oval face, intelligent brown eyes, and neatly parted hair, often tucked under a nurse's cap. Her strength lay not in uniform, but in empathy. In her words and her eyes, Louisa carried the weight of war with grace. Born in 1841, Emma Edmonds disguised herself as a man to fight for the Union under the name Franklin Thompson. She worked as a nurse and possibly as a spy. Her look was practical: angular jaw, short wavy hair, and sharp, serious eyes beneath a cap. Her face concealed her gender, but not her purpose. In letters, she wrote of danger without complaint. Her beauty lived in disguise, in loyalty, and in her choice to fight for something larger than herself. Jane Woolsey served as a Union nurse and hospital administrator during the Civil War. Born in 1830, she brought order and dignity to chaotic field hospitals. Her calm face, pinned back graying hair, and observant eyes conveyed steadiness. She rarely smiled in photos, but her presence reassured the wounded. Jane's beauty was in her restraint, measured, principled, and essential. Helen Fairchild volunteered as a nurse during World War I and served in France, where she documented the horrors of mustard gas and shell shock. She died in 1918 from complications during surgery. Her bright eyes, dark hair, and earnest face gave her a timeless warmth. Captured in sepia photographs, Helen's expression held deep compassion and a tired kind of bravery that only war nurses carry. Mary Finney served as head nurse at the Mansion House Hospital during the Civil War. Born in 1818, she kept detailed records of her patients and stood firm against chaos. With Victorian poise, neatly tied brown hair, and a fine, composed face, she was both caregiver and commander. Mary's beauty came from control, measured speech, steady gaze, and moral clarity in a time of confusion.